All right, I drew up a little championship bubble for Major 2. It's kind of spanning the whole season as well, but we'll just go with Major 2 in Boston. And here it is. I drew this little thing up. So, got the championship bubble. Inside the bubble is teams who I think can actually win a championship, whether it's Major 2 or even the last championship. The outer ones are teams who, barring just are right outside the bubble. Things need to change in certain aspects for it to go for them to win a championship. So let's look at it. It's really hard to put a team other than Phase, Subliners, and Ultra here in the bubble. I feel like Phase are obvious. We've always seen good things come from them as a team. We've seen some bad stuff, but most of the stuff we've seen has been good. Abizi has really been carrying them. They just look like a team who can win a championship. I think it's really obvious. Subliners have already won one, and every week they look good. Very obvious. I think Ultra, every week we see them talk. We see the way they dialogue and how they play as a team. They have the superstar potential. I feel like the CDL is just like basketball, the NBA in a way. To win a championship without a superstar is nigh impossible. And I think the CDL is the exact same way in this manner, where you need the superstars. We've got Scrappy who's coming in, playing like it. The whole team is functioning well. They've got superstar potential. This is an obvious candidate for a championship team outside of the Subliners who already won and the Phase who kind of we expect, who have been like the exact recipe of a Sunday regular team. Next up, I actually got Minnesota Rocker. This is my perspective on the Rocker. I think they have the superstar potential. This is a very good team when they put it together, and I think they've been consistently doing it enough for me to put them in the bubble. I don't think they get enough credit for what they have been doing. And one game that I can point to is the Seattle Surge game on Sunday. The Surge needed 2 wins, right, to get into the finals. To get into winners bracket. They knocked the socks off Subliners. And so I was expecting going into Rocker that they were going to come out hot, knowing they need this game as they needed the Subliners, and they came out smoking. But the Rocker were just better. Granted, Accuracy and Mac and even Sib are all off, but we can't just say that they're off because they're off. It's also the opponents who put you off. And the Rocker came in with a great game plan, and they just rocked the socks off the Surge. That game really impressed me, and every time I watch them, they seem to just get a little better. With the players they have, solid roster, I think they're an obvious championship bubble candidate. Now, looking outside the bubble, we're not going to see LA Thieves here for Major 2. I don't think Thieves are... I can see them being a one-and-done team. They're in the... so they can't be one-and-done, but basically, I don't think they're going to win any matches. If they do, maybe one. I don't think they're in it at all. Boston are outside of the bubble, a decent margin. I really like the players they have. I like the way they play together. They're a great scrim team. They always bring people to the end. And I think this is a potential team who could be like an LA Guerrillas of last year and actually able to do something if they put it all together. They just really need all their players to put together. When Awakening is on, when Methods is playing consistent like he always does, Nero fires off, this team has some really high potential. So I don't think they'll win Major 2, but I think they're on a good trajectory for it, for getting better, and maybe Major 3 if they can be consistent enough. I just don't take them seriously enough yet, but they're on the bubble. The other team that's surprising, the LA Guerrillas. I actually really like what I see from their respawn, and even I just like what I see from them. Like, they have not been perfect at all, but that's what's to be expected when you get a brand new team coming to this major, all new faces to the league. They're not all rookies, but they're all new to Modern Warfare 2. They didn't start off this year in the CDL, so they're getting together. I really like the way they played against FaZe. They fought very well. They did not have the that ice up potential at the end. But what I've seen from them, like, could they make a run here? It would not surprise me by the way they've been playing during this major. Optic Texas. Now, a lot of people have Optic actually in the bubble itself, but I just do not see Optic getting all the way to the end. I think this team is an easy like top 4 placing. My predictions are FaZe, Subliners, Ultra, and top 3. Whatever team wins and goes in the finals, I think it's going to be these top 3 as top 3. I think Optic will probably lose in that top 4. With this team, I think the thing that's keeping them out of the bubble is literally time. I think Optic just needs time. And just to get more going, get the team going, I really like Dashy making the move. Maybe Dashy can bring a spurt of energy they need. That was like the one thing that's actually making me think that they could go in. But throughout this major, they've had some impressive wins. They had a great reverse sweep. And I like what I'm seeing. I just think at this point, this team is not ready for a Major 2 championship. And then lastly, we got the Seattle Surge. Now you see I have the Seattle Surge right down here. I think the Surge can... I was really expecting them to beat Minnesota and come into Major 2 hot and feisty and hopefully like get like a top 4 placing, something along those lines. But we know that Surge can come on in LAN. They can actually perform during LAN. So the reason why I have them way off to the side, they could easily be like 12th place. They could lose their first match. But from what I've seen from the Seattle Surge, this team needs something to change. However, I'm not going to take them outside the bubble. I had to put them in because we've seen like during every LAN, Mac and Sib, they just get on another level while Accuracy actually performs well and does what he needs. So that's why I'm willing to put them on the screen. But here it all breaks down to this for the Surge. Having a 4-17 record on S&D, that's something that I think cannot just be changed. I think it's pretty awful. As we've heard from other people talking about them, Patty P is very confident that the Surge need to make a change. I am not far behind. The way that they've been playing, I feel like there's something is not right with the squad, and it's all coming down to that S&D. And like when you watch the S&D, it just looks awful at times. The inability to make like generic play. Their S&D looks like challengers. When I watch the challengers, they just look a little off. They do not look like anyone else in the CDL. With the mistakes and the things that they're giving up, they should not be giving up. A 3v1 Embassy, you have it down. You should not lose those. Things like that. They just lose situations like that, and it's terrible. But going into Major 2, here's the 4 teams that I believe are actually in the bubble that could actually win championship. That could win Major 2. Barring some change, barring something going down, these teams right outside the bubble, who knows if they pierce in and break in. But, yeah, that's my teams. Thanks for watching. Bless you.